This is one of the most important days, I think, in the history of our beautiful community and this fabulous university that we're all so proud of. I've had the pleasure of knowing Art and Joan and their beautiful family for many years. And I know of no one that has contributed more to the well-being of this community. Art, I know, had an opportunity years ago when all of his professional advisors, all of his lawyers and accountants said, "Son, you need to go elsewhere. You'll save a lot of money in taxes. You'll need to do this." And Art forever endeared himself for me and to this community when he said, "This is my community. This is where I've made most of some of my money, and this is where I'm going to stay." And so decisions like that just characterize this giant of a man.
When we dedicated the Weisberg Engineering Laboratory in August 18th of 2008, my role in that ceremony was to provide the history of Marshall Engineering up to that date. Bringing back the engineering program to Marshall is one of the greatest initiatives I have been involved in all my 20-year tenure in the State Senate. Today, we make a giant leap in reestablishing the program with this event. I was a student at Marshall when the program was discontinued, and one of my goals in serving our area in the Senate was to create the opportunity for this program to return. This was done in a bill I was lead sponsor, Senate Bill 448 in 2004, working with Provost Sarah Denman, Dean Betsy Doolin, and others. Language was inserted in this bill to allow this to occur. Now, this was prior to Senate Bill 603 that allowed more flexibility for Marshall, but this was the year before. However, this would not have been possible by just approving this language without the great work of several individuals such as Bill Pearson and Rick McCormick that developed such a quality two-year program in engineering that made the transition much easier. The story begins with them but ends and continues with Dr. Kopp and the Board of Governors establishing the baccalaureate degree in 2005, and through Dr. Kopp's support from countless venues for revitalizing and elevating this program today, now engineering, the fastest growing baccalaureate discipline at Marshall.
You know, the old adage is that vision without action is simply a daydream. And in my sojourn through university life, I've met many people with lots of dreams. I've met very few people who are effective translators of those dreams, who translate dreams into reality. And we have found a place here in Huntington at Marshall University where that's possible. It's because of the people of this community, it's because of the people of the university, it's because of people like Art and Joan Weisberg who understand the importance of building for the future, of looking ahead and understanding what it's going to take for us to compete, not just here in Huntington and in this region of the state, but to compete nationally and internationally as well. And if you've read Art's book, you know he has a very humble background in terms of his starting point. He began by selling light bulbs out of the trunk of your car, as I recall. And you know, when you start that way, you gain a tremendous appreciation for the people you meet along the road of life. And one of the tremendous advantages I've had since coming to Huntington with my lovely bride, Jane, and what we both experienced between both Joan and Art is two people who understand not only what it takes to be successful in careers, but what it takes to be successful in life, how to live a life well. And that experience of being able to sit down and talk with the two of them at times when, you know, things aren't quite going the way I'd like them to go was not only refreshing, it was inspiring. And to sit with Art and listen to what he's accomplished and his approach to things of never being satisfied with the business as it is, it's always the next stage, the next development, is a tremendous catalyst for what we're trying to do here. And in many ways, his lessons are lessons we can all learn in our lives and the way we approach things.
We see change happening all the time. A Marshall, to me, is a vehicle that's going to take this part of West Virginia out of the doldrums. Marshall is a vehicle to make us go. Engineering is a big thing. We have 8 full-time engineers working for us. No one comes from West Virginia. The wives are unhappy here. Homegrown people for good jobs. Dr. Kopp has been wonderful here. Dr. Kopp in my area, amazing things happen and change. I enjoy being with him. I enjoy seeing the change in new buildings. I like to grow. The young people minds have to be opened up. I feel the engineering department will help us.